Hi guys, I'm Francesca. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a chit-chatty video talking all about my experience so far being a vegan. It's going to be kind of a longer one, so I would grab a snack if I were you. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know I released my first ebook. There'll be a link for it in the description box down below. It is $2 and contains 8 recipes. They are absolutely delicious, some of my favorite. And if you do decide to go and purchase it, just do it all on the computer because people have been telling me they've been having issues when doing it through their cell phone. All right, so let's just get into the video. So I just want you guys know off the bat that I am just gonna kind of talk at you as if I was talking to a friend. So just like bear with me if I'm a little bit discombobulated in my thoughts. I went vegan on April 11, 2016. So it has been about a year and a half now. I absolutely love it. I really, really enjoy this lifestyle. I really enjoy being a vegan. It has changed my life in so many ways and it has been absolutely amazing. But since I want to be honest with you guys, I do have some like negative things that I want to talk about, and they're not like deal breakers because obviously I'm committed to this lifestyle. I have been for a long time and I will continue to be, but I want to be upfront and real. All right, so I went vegan and I kind of expected to cure all my flaws, if you will. I thought it would help me lose a lot of weight. I thought it would help me clear my skin. It didn't really do that, which is fine. In fact, it's kind of seemed to almost done the opposite, at least in the weight aspect. I found it super easy to put on weight, actually. And I think that's attributed to a few things. One, I run this YouTube channel, I run a food blog, the ebook, the Instagram account, all these things. And we've talked about this before that my life is very food revolving. So that's like a Francesca issue. But part of it is like, when you are living a vegan lifestyle, if you're not really watching what you eat, it's very easy to just eat tons and tons of carbs. And I know carbs aren't bad for you. I'm talking more like a lot of breads and pastas and like the enriched white flour and things like that. Like it's very easy to fall into that trap. And especially because those are the things that are a lot more filling than like spinach and kale and things like that. So that's like I said, that's kind of like a Francesca issue, and like part of it comes down to the fact that like I have always loved food. Like I just really love to eat. I love to experiment with food, and I think that's why like I am so creative in the kitchen, which is a positive for me, but at the same time it can be a negative because then I just want to like eat kind of crappy things. The one thing I will say is my weight doesn't fluctuate all too much. I'm usually within the same 5 to 7 pound range. So if I'm like eating kind of crappy, I like hit my like top weight and I don't really exceed it. If I'm eating good, then I'll lose the weight really easily. It's not that big of a deal. But I definitely have found like I thought I would lose more weight being vegan, and I kind of haven't experienced that. I know I'm not alone in that either because I've talked to other people about it online, and especially other food bloggers. And I think, like I said, a lot of that comes, sorry, I have this hair and it's really bothering me. I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that I'm cooking 2 to 3 recipes a day sometimes, and it's like, well, who the heck is going to eat all this food? It's most likely going to be me. And then other days I just like forget to eat because I'm so consumed with cooking and all the things I'm doing, and then I'm like, I didn't eat anything today and I'm hungry, and then I eat like a lot and I binge. So again, these are like more Francesca type problems, but I just want to be honest with you guys. And then another thing is my skin. In the beginning, my skin cleared up a lot, and that's also when I lost a lot of weight too because I was definitely eating a lot healthier. I was eating more fruits, veggies, whole grains, all that stuff. Now I have found, because I'm not eating my best, like my skin has definitely broken out. I mean, like, I think you guys always can see like I have some pimple on my face. I'm not trying to like hide it or anything. I mean, it is what it is. And I've also noticed like I've been breaking out on my shoulders, on my chest, and that could be like a stress and hormone thing. Again, that could totally be like a me problem. But I'm just telling you guys what I've been experiencing so far. My skin has cleared up from what it used to be. Like it's definitely a lot clearer now, but it is still not great. I do believe that if I went back to living super clean, super healthy, it would definitely clear up, and I would definitely help me to drop like some of the pounds that I want to lose. And I think that's the way it is with anything. You can eat any bad foods and yes, you will gain weight and your face will break out. So just because you're vegan doesn't mean you're necessarily healthy. Living a plant-based lifestyle and following a vegan diet is healthier than the standard American diet, but a processed food with a lot of oils and fats is still a processed food with a lot of oils and fats. That being said, the one thing I did notice was that my energy levels, I don't want to say they're like through the roof. Like, I don't feel like I'm like buzzing all the time, because that's something I got asked a lot, like, did your energy levels change? But I will say that like I used to need a nap around like 4 or 5 o'clock every day. Like, I always needed a nap. I was always really tired. Like, I would spend like 45 minutes at the gym and get really tired from that. Now I can spend like an hour and a half to 2 hours at the gym, and I don't need naps. I'm like totally good throughout the whole day until like 10, 11 at night. I always have tons of energy. I wake up like feeling pretty good and like revitalized. That's been like a really, really good thing for me, because like I said, I always was like wanting to nap. Another thing that I've also noticed, which I actually just realized, I always used to be cold. I was always really cold. Like, I was always freezing. Like, it would be summer and I was in sweatshirts and sweatpants, and I'm not cold anymore. That sounds so weird. I'm not cold anymore, but I don't really ever feel cold anymore. Like, I can usually dress appropriate for the weather outside now. Sometimes I'm even hot. I guess like that's been, I can attribute that, I think, to veganism. Another thing I noticed, I used to have really bad knees, and that has also changed. And also, another thing is my gut health and my stomach. I used to have pretty bad stomach issues. Like, I was always having a stomach ache. My stomach just always hurt. I was always needing to use the bathroom. Sorry, TMI. Just like things like that. And now everything's pretty good. I mean, yes, I still get like an upset stomach from time to time, but like, it's normal. That's life. And I feel a lot better now. I really attribute that all to changing my diet. Something else I noticed just about my health and well-being in general, my whole life I've always had really bad asthma and allergies. Like, every spring I would end up on steroids. I would be in the hospital eating nebulizer treatments, like my whole life. Like, that's always how it was. And the first spring that I was vegan, I didn't need to go to the doctor once. That was really amazing for me, to like not need anything at all, to not have to go to the doctor. And the same thing happened this spring. Like, I didn't have any issues, and I used to get a lot of sinus infections, and I always had like a sore throat, and I don't really experience that anymore either. Sometimes I get sinus infections because like I have swollen tonsils from when I had mono like years ago, so it makes me a little more susceptible to getting a virus and stuff. But overall, like, I don't really get like that sick anymore. And let me like knock on wood and not jinx myself, because last time I said that was when I got sick. And then, okay, so when like, let's stop talking about me, I guess, and talk about like how I encompassed veganism into my life, and like how it's made me change my views on things in the world. So the transition for me to like make my whole lifestyle as like vegan friendly as possible and everything wasn't all that hard. Like, a lot of my makeup was already cruelty free, which is pretty cool to find out. A lot of my clothes were pretty cruelty free. I didn't have that big of a problem. I'm not like someone who's like a fashionista, and I would have like buy a new pair of shoes every week and a new bag and like things like that. Like, honestly, like, this shirt is from probably like 8th grade. Wish I was kidding, but that's just how I am. It was pretty cool though to see that like a lot of the stuff that I already had was like fake and like didn't really actually contain any fur and things like that. And there are so many cool vegan brands out there. Like, I have literally a list long of vegan bags that I want. My birthday's coming up and my boyfriend's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I made you a list. It's just bags. Like, it's only bags. Something that changed in me that I didn't expect was the way that I look at meat. I honestly didn't think that my perspective of meat and dairy was going to change when I went vegan. Like, I know, I guess that sounds naive and maybe a little silly. I didn't think that like, oh, I was gonna be like, meat is disgusting. I just figured I would be one of those things that I looked at it and it's like, I don't want it. Like, kind of how I feel about Brussels sprouts. Like, I look at it and I don't want it. It doesn't offend me, but I don't want it. But honestly, when I look at meat, I feel really sad now. Like, when I walk in the food store and I see like filet mignon and chicken breasts and everything like that, it breaks my heart. It makes me feel so sad. And it's one of those things that once you've made this connection in your mind, unfortunately, you can't unsee it. It's like that episode of How I Met Your Mother when they're like talking about all the things that like they do that annoy each other, and then when it like you see it, you can't unsee it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? But it's just like one of those things that once the connection has been made in your mind, like, you're never gonna unsee it. And I think that's the difference between fully accepting vegan lifestyle into your heart, I guess, as opposed to like people who try like a vegan diet for a week or a month. I recently watched a BuzzFeed video. It was like, meat lovers try a vegan diet for a week or whatever. At the end of the video, like after they've been vegan for a week, they went to a Korean barbecue place and they showed all the meat that they were eating. And then the one girl was like, I'm eating an egg. I'm eating a freaking egg. And to me, it was like so sad, because obviously like that's how most people view animal products and meat and stuff. And that's how I used to view it. I can't believe that that's how I thought of things. And now when I see that, I just see a lot of sadness and it makes me upset. And I think about the animal that it belonged to. Again, it's just something I never thought that I would make the connection in my head. Like, I can't explain to you what it feels like. And I think if you're vegan, then you will know what I'm talking about. And if you're not vegan, then you might not understand unless you went vegan. I didn't really expect to be that way. So that's definitely interesting. And another thing is that I try to be very respectful towards all forms of life on this planet. I do not like bugs. I hate bugs. I still don't like them, but I'm trying really hard to make my peace with them. Bugs are gross. Like they are just gross, but like I used to freak out. I used to like get so scared, and I still get scared. If you ask anyone in my family, they're gonna tell you I still get scared. When there's a bug there, I try to get whoever is gonna get it out for me to like remove it from the house and just put it outside. Sometimes I try to do it myself, which is huge for me. I mean, if you knew me like 3 or 4 years ago, you wouldn't believe that I would even like be in the same room as the bug, let alone trying to save the bug. Just being vegan has opened my eyes that like every life is important. You know, you're not better than anyone, and nothing is better than you, and every life is important. Whether you're a human, a dog, a cat, a pig, a cow, a bug, a spider, a jellyfish, like, you know, whatever it is. Being a vegan has made me a lot more in tune with the world's problems, specifically things with the environment and plastic and things like that. I have been trying to reduce my plastic use. I've been trying to be more eco-friendly. Something that really struck a chord with me, I don't know if you guys saw it, was this picture of a seahorse with a cotton swab. It was like on a magazine, or it was like floating around Instagram, sorry. It's like heartbreaking to me to see this adorable little seahorse with someone's like dirty cotton swab in the ocean. I don't know. I mean, I love the ocean. I've always loved the ocean. I actually really wanted to be a marine biologist when I was younger. To think about the fact that we're hurting our oceans really means a lot to me. And now it means more that I know that I can contribute to helping the problem by following a vegan diet and like living a vegan lifestyle and, you know, whatever. I mean, that's like a lot. That's like a really heavy issue, and that would be a whole separate video also in and of itself. But yeah, I mean, I know I said this in my like how to go vegan realistic, and it's like you don't need to take on the world's problems as a vegan, but you definitely become at least a little more aware of the things that are going on and like what's happening. And then the other really cool thing that veganism has done for me is it's given me this platform, which I did not expect to have at all. So when I went vegan, if you guys want to hear my whole vegan story, like thumbs up or comment down below and I can do a whole video on that. But when I went vegan, I made my little Instagram account, 30 Vegan Days. It was anonymous. It was crappy iPhone pictures. If you scroll down, you can find some of the old ones. And I just was doing it really to keep me on track. I honestly thought I'd be vegan for about 30 days and then, you know, like kind of keep up with it, and then that would be it. Then I would be done. And then obviously as I stuck with it and I got more into food styling and recipes and YouTube and whatever, all of this has stemmed from the fact that I decided to change my lifestyle up. And I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. I know veganism is kind of becoming a fad and a trend a little bit now because people are realizing that like it's really healthy, and like people are using it on YouTube to kind of get views sometimes and things like that. And that was like never, ever, ever my intention. Like I 100% promise you, if I shut down everything I was doing today, I would still be vegan for the rest of my life. So that like those two things have like no impact on one another. I just never expected to have this like community and platform and all that stuff, and it's really, really cool because now I get to do something that I love. And I wouldn't have that unless I wouldn't have that if I didn't go vegan. And that's been probably the most cool thing about this whole experience, is connecting with people from all over the world. Like I say all the time, like, oh, I have friends in Germany, and I have friends in like England, and I have friends in Canada, and I have friends from all over the world. And that's the coolest thing for me, is that like, I don't know, if I went to Europe tomorrow, like I could meet up with a bunch of people and a bunch of vegans, and like, I don't know, I think that's really cool. Like, it just makes the community and the world feel a little bit smaller, I guess. So I feel like that's everything I wanted to say. This is probably gonna be a really long video, but I don't know. I really wanted to be honest with you guys and upfront, and like, I never ever want to push a vegan lifestyle or a vegan diet or anything like that on anybody. Nobody pushed it on me. I discovered it all on my own. I was watching Hot for Food videos back when they had like 5,000 subscribers, and I thought the food looked good and I wanted to try it. Like, I never want to push it on anybody, and that's not what I'm trying to do with this video, but I'm trying to show you, or, you know, whoever's watching, that it's a really amazing lifestyle, and I would love for everyone to be able to experience it for themselves, because, you know, my experience has been amazing. Someone else's might be different, and I don't know, we all can experience it in our own ways, and it connects us, and it's really cool. It's cool to live a lifestyle and know that you're not hurting anyone. I mean, I think that's pretty much one of the coolest things I've ever realized, is like, I now live a lifestyle that does not contribute to any pain or suffering of anyone. I don't know. pretty cool to me. I just want you guys to like know how I felt after a year and a half of living this way, and I hope it helps. I hope somebody like takes this and like maybe thinks, oh, you know what, I could be vegan and I could do this, and you know, whatever. I don't think that pushing people is the way to do it. I think it's showing people that this lifestyle is amazing and that I'm happy and that I'm satisfied and fulfilled and all those cool things. If you've made it to the end of the video, you are a champ. Thank you so much. If you made it and you're not subscribed, then I would probably subscribe, and make sure to like the video. Comment down below. I would love to hear about your vegan experience. If you are a vegan, if you're thinking about it, if you're not a vegan, whatever. I just like to know what's going on with the people who are watching. And I will see you guys on Wednesday with another video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.